Hi, my name is Sherry Bretz. I live here with my husband, Dr. Robert Bretz, in Bullitt County. We've lived on the property for 25 years. This house that I'm showing right here was built in 1999. You have the best of both worlds. We waited for 5 years to find available property because everything was taken out here. And when we found this piece of property, it spoke to us. And I'm the kind of person, I like to build heaven on earth. I like, through my art, my stories, the things I do, I always try to create a very angelic, peaceful, safe haven that draws a lot of good energy and wildlife. And since we've been here, we've had several litters of raccoons that have come here. We've had foxes, possums, you name it, we've got it on the property here, and deer galore. They love to go down to the creek on the land. We have a beautiful creek. We just had an industrial type bridge put in with, it's got a waterfall down there, and it's very peaceful. This is a great place for people just to come to spend the night. As soon as you cross my bridge, you know that you're in a very serene, safe haven. You know that you're in heaven on earth. To me, as soon as I cross the bridge, the birds sing to me and my husband, because all the wildlife knows us, and I put bird feeders out so when I eat, the birds come up to the window and we sort of eat together. I feed the wildlife, the birds, and the raccoons and everything else, and they're just very protected here, but they're not as soon as they leave my property, no, because there's hunters and everything. And I also, they come up to the windows here, and as I'm cooking, which is great, in the kitchen when I'm cooking, they look in and watch me. And several families of birds. There's so many birds here, you cannot imagine. Some of them look like cranes. We have a huge array of hawks, big wingspan, ducks. We tried to make the pond hold water. The pond is so big, it's about the size of the Grand Canyon. But it's just not holding water. But we get these ducks in there in the water that is there. We get ducks in the creek. And this kitchen cabinets are brand new. This used to be a spare room. And only a year ago did we turn it into a kitchen. And we haven't finished the splash guards yet because we can't decide on what we want to put. Bob wants tile, I want wallpaper, only because the tile I've seen is really too dark for my taste. With wallpaper, I can always change both walls, and it's versatile. You can change this kitchen any color you want, because that's why I got neutral cream color cabinets. It's called white chocolate, so that you can make your kitchen anything you want it to be. And this to me is my heaven on earth. There's no place in the world I'd rather be. I've been offered opportunities to go overseas, stay in big mansions, and even travel in 5-star hotels. I'm never happy away from home. There's nothing that's going to give me this serenity. This has my heart and soul that I've put here. Me and my husband both designed this house ourselves. It's taken us, he's custom built a lot of it himself because the builders just couldn't get it right. My husband is a perfectionist. When they put the trim in, the trim was all crooked. The doorways were all crooked. So my husband went through and just started doing it all. And before the house was finished, he just said, wait till he retires and he'll put it together so that it's 100% the way he wants it. And he just retired a couple years ago, and he's just now finishing it up. And we just got our master bathroom tiled right before Christmas. And we had the basement freshly tiled just a few months ago, and new stairs put in, and also marble floors in the downstairs bathroom. And there's a bedroom downstairs, and a really nice dance floor that hasn't been used with dance lights, disco ball, everything downstairs. It just took us forever to put our place together the way we wanted. And now, so there's a lot of bad people in the area that want to try to force us to leave. And I wrote a story about some of the things happening here. And not only did they like the idea of my story, they used it. And I picked out the title for my story at Bullitt County. And whoever lifted my idea off my Facebook page, guess what? They even used my story title. and we're being harassed terribly, and people are putting satanic objects here and everything, trying to make us leave. And even though we've lived here for 25 years, they can still consider us, I guess, to be outsiders, because I don't know why else they would be putting these horrifying objects here, like umbrellas to symbolize the story It, big rubber balls, breaking in and leaving mice with impaled tweezers and telling me they're the witches. One time they said they came down from Salem. They have done cutouts on my property to look like devil heads. They have left weird cutouts in the snow. I found birds outside with missing heads. Someone came in and bashed my cat in the head, put her in a cage and turned it upside down. Those are the sort of threats I'm getting here. And I love this place, but it's sad that I can't just live here with my husband without people trying to kill me. And a lot of this might be linked to the film industry. I'm not sure. But the past week, things have become so bad. Not only am I losing my sanity and all my bowel control from whatever they've done to my spine, my vision is shot, and they're telling me they won't stop until I'm completely blind and completely paralyzed. And they already did these things to my dad that they're trying to do to me, and they said they'll do the same thing to me if I don't leave. But this is what happens when you're close to God and you want a little piece of heaven in this world. This is the only remaining land out here. It's 10 acres. My doctor's office is at the end of the street. Bullitt County Family Practitioners. The airport, if you drive and there's no traffic, you can get there in a hurry, 15 minutes. No more than a half hour if you take. It just depends on traffic. All the major restaurants in town just went here. This is the best drag I've seen, this whole section. I mean, we've driven all the way from Florida on this way, and I haven't found a better drag with a choice of restaurants and doctor's offices. And there's a new distillery commerce that went up, big industrial, elite offices and everything. But this is a gold mine, not only because it's the only 10 acres left, it's perfect for entertaining, and it's secluded. There's lots of trees. And right next door, they just put a middle school that connects to my yard, but you would think there would be a lot of mischief and trouble. We have not had any trouble once out of the middle school. So I'm going ahead and putting this out there because things are getting worse all the time. And people are telling me, unless you leave, nothing's ever going to change. So this is what happens when you try to build heaven on earth. The animals lose. They get murdered and hunted. And the people who try to create paradise get murdered or threatened and driven out, so that all this negative change can happen through evil people to bringing in their own mob groups and elite to dominate the good people.